So the number one piece of advice that I would give anyone to avoid fraud schemes is don't answer phone calls from numbers that you don't know. Don't respond to emails, and definitely don't click on links that you're not expecting to be in your inbox. We live in South Louisiana, and one of the things that I hear from even my own elderly family members is, I don't want to be rude. I have to answer the phone, or I have to respond to the email, or I have to answer the door when someone knocks. Absolutely not. These are one of the few instances where we want people to be rude. And I know that sounds strange, especially again, living in South Louisiana. We don't want to be rude. We're a friendly population. But when it comes to fraud, we want you to be rude. Don't answer the phone if you don't recognize the number. If it's someone who really needs to speak with you, they will leave a message and then you can call them back. If it's a fraudster, they probably will just hang up when you don't answer. Emails, if you're not expecting the email, you don't recognize the link, or if it's something that sounds strange, there's a big party, click on the link to RSVP, and you're thinking, well, why is my cousin having a big party? The email may appear that it came from someone that you know. So if the email doesn't make sense, again, don't engage. Some of the other schemes that we've seen a lot of involve durable medical equipment, and that could be someone trying to buy back your diabetic test strips, which we definitely don't want you to do. Obviously, if your doctor has you on a plan where you test your blood 6 times a day, there's a reason for that. So you could put yourself in a situation where you harm your own health by not testing the correct number of times each day. Another one of the schemes that we have seen is where durable medical equipment just shows up at your house, or you get a phone call from someone saying that they're with Blue Cross or Medicare or your doctor's office, and your doctor wants you to have this. Very, very questionable circumstances there. Hang up immediately, contact your physician through a number that you know to be that physician's office, and ask them, hey, am I supposed to have a back brace delivered to me? And then another thing to consider is just the reasonability of what it is. If you receive a back brace in the mail and you don't have back problems, that's a giant red flag that something's going on with that. And we would want you to report that to our Blue Cross fraud unit if something like that happened. Other things that might come in the mail could be very expensive topical medications, or you may receive, again, that cold phone call telling you that your doctor wants you to have this medication. Or perhaps it's genetic testing. Someone could approach you in the public and say, does anyone in your family have cancer? Well, especially in South Louisiana, many of us have family members who have cancer. But if they're offered, do this swab and we'll do some genetic testing for you and send you the results. Absolutely not. Don't engage with anybody who offers anything like that. Again, back braces, expensive medications, genetic testing, diabetic test strips, all of these are huge red flags, huge warning signs. And the legitimate entities are not going to engage with you like this. So if your doctor wants you to have something, your doctor is going to talk to you during one of your regularly scheduled appointments. They're not going to have someone cold call you. If Blue Cross needs information from you, we are typically going to send you a piece of correspondence. We're not going to call you and ask you for banking information over the phone. We would never do that. And again, just anything that is unexpected or has a sense of urgency. That's one of the really, really big red flags is you're not given time to think about the offer. You're not given time to consult with anyone else. You have to give the answer right now, or the deal expires. Hang up, walk away, do not engage if there's any sense of urgency, because no legitimate situation will have a sense of urgency behind it. So one of the biggest things about fraud is if you think that you've been the victim of fraud, if you even suspect that something doesn't feel right, your gut doesn't feel right, and always trust your gut. If you think that something's wrong, notify someone. Tell a trusted family member, tell a caregiver, and certainly for Blue Cross members, tell Blue Cross. We want to know because the sooner a fraud is reported, the more likely it is that it will be able to be resolved. So particularly with cold call situations, and there are a lot of those right now, scare tactics to get people to empty out their bank account and go buy gift cards and then turn the numbers of the gift cards over to the person on the phone who says that they're from the IRS. Those types of scams, the sooner those get reported, the likelihood increases that they will be able to stop the transactions and you won't have such tremendous losses. So that's one of the biggest things. Report, report, report. Particularly with our older population, there's a lot of embarrassment related to that because they feel like if they tell someone that they've engaged or they've given their personal information or scary, their bank account number or actually turned over money, they feel like they're going to be seen as incompetent and potentially there could be consequences for that. We don't want people to think that way. It's so important. Again, tell a trusted family member, tell a caregiver, and tell Blue Cross. And in some instances, it's even appropriate to get law enforcement involved. So shout it loud and proud that you think you've been a victim of fraud. It really is something to be proud of, to be strong enough to report it.